Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jennifer Menez with my co-host, Gregory Zarian, and I would not forget you, Gregory.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Tonight's really important. It's an important topic. It's about life or death, and we have Scott Robertson. Signs and symptoms, please tell us that. Inform us.
I said earlier, functional impairment. So if a person thinks that they're having a problem with any important fact in their life, their job, their relationship, their finances, their physical health, their time management. One of the classic signs of an alcohol problem is a person who's preoccupied with drinking, preoccupied with getting their alcohol, preoccupied with that time of day.
Making a plan to, oh good, I'm at this event, I'm going to go home to have more cocktails.
Or what about if they come home, they don't drink all day long, they don't do drugs all day long, and they come home and they start drinking, and it's consistent like that every night?
What you've desired, I said time problems.
Okay.
If all they're doing when they come home at night is drinking,
Got it.
Where then is their church? Where then are the lives of their family members? Where then are their outside interests and hobbies? Where is exercise? Where is other normal human goings on?
But what do you do if you're the one that loves the person who's sick and suffering? Do you step back? Do you keep enabling? Do
you nag them? Do you hound them? Do you
Important
go, I don't
word.
want to bother you?
Important word, enabling.
Okay.
So to understand what enabling is when one person supports another person's drinking or using by making remedies or mitigating the consequences of their drinking. For instance, a person drinks too much, they're unable to get up to go to work on time, so when they get up in the morning, they're groggy, they're running late. The spouse picks up the phone, calls the boss, and
Finds
says,
the excuse, helps with the excuses.
Johnny had a flat tire, he'll be there any minute. So when a person starts to cover somebody else's problems related to their drinking and using. Another classic example, a young adult, they aren't able to pay their bills. They aren't able to pay their bills because they're drinking $14 apple teenies.
I have a question.
They can't really afford it.
Now, there's some people out there, and I hope to God there are some people watching the show right now going, that's my wife, that's my husband, that's my friend, that's me.
My cousin, my aunt,
what do
my
I do right now? As the viewer is watching, as I want to change my life, what do you do?
Two things. First things first, you reach out for help for yourself. For the family member who's contemplating confronting someone with an alcohol or drug problem, they could go to Al-Anon or Codependence Anonymous or call a healthcare professional or a treatment program or like an outpatient service like the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependency. Don't be alone.
Call 411.
Google it. That's like the phone book, Jennifer.
Great, thank you.
Not a dead end. Yeah. It's just the place we get the information. The internet is not the action. And the internet is not credible. When you interview somebody on this program, you know by their history and the work that they do and how well spoken or poorly spoken they are, you can make a judgment about whether or not you can trust them.
True.
So if you're going to reach out for help for your family member, you want to reach out to another person and be mindful of whether or not they're trustworthy in the advice and the counsel they're providing.
So
therapists, doctors, outpatient providers, all of those are great resources. Al-Anon, Codependence Anonymous. A family member can even call Alcoholics Anonymous.
I think, what you're saying right now is like the first step here is acceptance.
The first step is not being alone.
Which I love, not being alone. I like that you said acceptance. Bottom line, if there's a family member that you have been enabling, you see them struggling, suffering, in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Not us. Someone in trouble. You at GAADS have a great intervention that you can actually set up a time where you can meet family members along with the person that is struggling from an addiction. Please share with us what
an intervention is an activity where we do sort of advanced family therapy. In other words, for family members to confront someone with alcoholism, they'd have to have clear boundaries, know where they begin and where they end and where the alcoholism begins and ends, or the addiction begins and ends. So people don't walk in and have an intellectual concept that serves them. They need to do the emotional and the spiritual work to understand that they're taking responsibility for the alcoholic's problem is causing the alcoholic to stay sick.
Yeah.
That they have an active hand in the disease, just like if they have treatment at a fine program like we have at Glendale Adventist, the family will have an active part in the recovery because they have to unlearn those enabling behaviors. They have to unlearn the enmeshment, where people don't know where they begin and end in the family.
I so appreciate you coming here today and talking about addiction. I think it's so amazing to keep, bring awareness to this and to know that, if anyone out there is watching, that there is hope. and that there is help. And a lot of times people say, oh, I'm hopeless over this. No, there is hope. You're still breathing. There's still hope. Thank you for doing what you do.
More on tools in recovery when we come back. And again, if there's someone you know that is suffering, and if you are struggling with any type of addiction, as Scott has said, you are not alone. You have to accept it, and there's ways and places to go. Do not go away.
Hi, my name's Kevin Roberts. I'm the president and CEO of Glendale Adventist Medical Center. I want to tell you about our website. Our website at glendaleadventist.com has health tips. It has places for classes and education for you and your family. It has a way to find doctors. It has a way for you to learn about the different services that we provide at Glendale Adventist for the whole person. We cover the whole range, and we are here for you.
I'm here to recruit you for the Army of Pink.
Launched by Glendale Adventist Medical Center to raise awareness about cancer.
If we just had a cure.
I believe in the cure for breast cancer.
I'm asking you to join the Army of Pink. Go to glendaleadventist.com/Army of Pink.
Vote for the Army of Pink. Please join us
in the fight against cancer.
We need your support.
Vote for Deputy Fire Chief Bob Doyle.
Vote for me.
Vote for me, Dr. Viken Sapilya.
Vote for me, Captain Carl Povolitis.
Give me a break. You know I'm the mayor, right?
Cast your vote for the best candidate in pink.
Welcome back. Scott, so just say somebody identifies that there's a problem. What's next?
Reach out for help.
Okay.
The fact is that there's terrible stigma about this disease, and its main feature is denial. The individuals who have it, the family members who are party to it as well, think they don't have it. When a person has that moment of insight, that God shot that maybe there's a problem in my family, the first thing to do, the most important thing to do is to reach out to another person who's knowledgeable about that disease for help.
What's next after that? Because someone's sitting there going, okay, I'm picking up the phone, I'm accepting, I'm doing this,
I'm
now
reaching
what?
out.
Professional help so that they can get a medical screening first, so that if they stop drinking or using, they aren't going to put themselves in harm's way in life-threatening withdrawal circumstances. Frankly, they can go to GAADS.org. That's on Glendale Adventist's website. They can call us at 818-242-3116.
Can you say that number in a little slower?
818-242-3116, where we have a counselor who will answer the phone all day long.
Even if you don't have insurance?
That's right. We'll help you to figure out what's the best path for a person to get help, whether it's with us or even if it's someplace else. We're there to help. The key thing that a person needs to do is to not stay alone with this disease, not stay secretive, not stay ashamed, not be embarrassed about the fact that 6 or 7% of the population gets this disease.
And it sounds like most people who are trying to keep the secret, most people kind of know that it's no longer a secret, you know?
No, the challenge is the reaching out, because we're so embarrassed and we feel a part of it and we feel responsible for it.
People are afraid.
The guilt and the shame that people have, it sounds like, I mean, the guilt and the shame that people carry is that, I'm a bad person for this. No, you're sick.
I'm doing something wrong.
That's right.
And it's a
You're
disease.
sick.
It's a disease where you have to pick something up first for the disease to take place. So when we have to pick up alcohol or another drug for the disease to happen, we feel complicit or responsible for it.
You just giving so many people, myself included, just to remind myself that there's so much hope at all times. There's so much hope. There's so much hope.
Scott Robertson, once again, thank you for being one of our favorite go-to guys. Will you come back and share with us about the steps and the program and what happens once someone does say, hey, you know what, I have a problem?
It'd be my pleasure. Thank you.
And
both.
we get to see how fantastic you look
Yeah,
again.
you look amazing.
Okay, so we nailed it down for you. You or someone you love is suffering or struggling from any type of addiction. You're not alone.
No.
Pick up the phone, call someone, talk to a friend, reach out, go like this and say, hey, you know what, I'm afraid. And as a family member,
please help me.
And as a family member, just love the person that is suffering. Remember, the most important conversation you're going to have is about your health. And tonight it's been all about addiction. So ask the questions, pay attention, and remember, it's about you and your life. So make it a great choice. Have a great night. We will see you next time.